بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
The question here says, what is our position and how should we respond to the recent murder of black men? Should we participate in protests, write our legislator, etc.? Barakallahu feek.
We say is that Islam is a religion of justice, and it's a religion that is against injustice. Everybody understand this? It's a religion for justice and a religion against injustice. Now, the statement of those who say regarding these attacks, which are to anybody that has any type of mind and brain, Muslim, Christian, Jew, Sikh, Hindu, black, white, yellow, green, and purple, is just totally appalling of any human being to read and to see on TV and the newspaper police officers totally abusing and outright abusing their authority and their power. There's no doubt about that. No matter what you are, no matter who you are, you can hate black people, this and that. It's just totally out of control, off the lip. Where a cop guns a man down, shoots a man in his back who's walking away from them. A guy has a knife and he puts 10 bullets in his chest. And all types of things that have happened over the last couple of years. This guy was strangled to death. His back was broken on the concrete, of just total savagery. Mom, we say this. Savages who abuse their power on a person, whether they're innocent or not. Whether they're innocent or not. Even a criminal. That's far beyond the limit right there. You broke the guy's back in half. You shot him 6 times, okay? He had a knife, he had a gun. 6 times, 10 times. You know how many bullets that is? Hopefully none of you brothers, inshallah, have ever been, in no gunfights or nothing like this. Even at the range. That's a different story. You go to the range, shooting. But do you know how many bullets 10 is, Omar? Pop, 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 pop. It's a lot of gunshots. So you just imagine a guy coming towards the police officer, or walking away from the police officer, and he puts 10 bullets in the guy. And he has lethal accuracy. That's a savage. That's not a human being. That's a beast. Disgusting, filthy, low life. Jew, Muslim, Christian, black, white, purple. To do that to any human being using that type of excessive force. That's wrong. And the Muslim, the Jew, and the Christian should all be against this. There's no doubt about that. And the concept of those who say black lives matter, all lives matter, we say the statement all lives matter is truth and is falsehood. There lies no doubt. Murder. You can't just kill nobody in Islam. No matter what color they are, no matter what religion they are. But that's not the discussion at hand. It's not, this Jewish guy is not getting killed. This Arab guy is not getting killed. This Chinese guy is not getting killed. They're killing black people. So someone says, what is your view on what happened? All lives matter. That's not the discussion at hand, Yahi. You're not talking about people that's getting killed. You're talking about black people. And it isn't an accident once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times over the years. Missouri, Texas, New York, this and that. And all of the victims are black. You can't just say all lives matter. Everybody understand this? So we say, in general, is that a Muslim should stand up for the truth and speak out against the falsehood and speak out against the batil. Whether it's black people, purple people, white people, and green people. So Islam does not support that. It does not condone that. However, the Muslims should understand is that what's going on is nothing new. People have been being oppressed, killed, murdered, raped, colonized for centuries. Whether they're black people, Native American people, unfortunately this is the sunnah of many people who abuse their authority and abuse their advancements and weaponry and technology and science. So it's really disheartening, without a doubt. It's ultimately disheartening to read in the newspaper, this person, because now the question is, what happens next? That could have been my son. That could have been my daughter. That could have been my nephew. And the moment you allow oppression to take place, the moment you allow dhulm to take place, the moment you keep silent, you don't do anything, you're supporting the oppressor. And know for sure that everyone has their turn. وَتِلْكَ الْأَيَّامُ نُدَاوِلُهَا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ Allah says in Surah Al-Imran. And those days, Allah says, نُدَاوِلُهَا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ. We give to the people in turns. So if you allow these people to just be killed and slaughtered in the street 10 bullets, 5 bullets, gun him down. Worse than an animal because he had a pocket knife or he reached for something. I remember years ago reading a newspaper, a guy had a wallet in Brooklyn. They shot him how many times? It was 41 times. And they justified, oh no, he had a gun wallet and this and that. What the heck are you talking about?
Gun wallet.
And what happened to the people who shot him down? Basically did nothing. Oh well,
They make excuses.
it's horrible. But it's okay, because if you allow it to happen to that guy, he from Nigeria, where was he from? You know for sure days gonna come and it's gonna happen to a guy from Palestine. No doubt. The guy whose skin is black as coal and tar, it's fine. You despise him, that's okay. He's a drug dealer, he's a rapper, he's a nigger, he's a criminal, black people, all that's fine, that's okay. No, one thing for sure is gonna happen to the person whose skin is fair like snow. Because dhulm is dhulm. And if you allow it to happen here, it's going to happen somewhere else. And the white man's blood, the black man's blood, the red man, the yellow man's blood is no more sacred than the next one. That woman is going to be bereaved of her child. She's going to be berated. She's going to cry and cry and cry over her young, tender son, her boy. He was 18 and 20. He was my boy. I raised him. The Jewish lady and the black lady, the Christian lady, the Sikh lady, the Hindu lady. It's painful to anybody. So the moment you allow the dhulm and the oppressor to commit oppression, it's going to fall back on somebody else. And as they said, imagine if it was your what? Your mom that grieves. Imagine if your mother that cries. It's messed up. There's no doubt about that. So the concept of Aesop's fables, you read the fable of the lion, what? And how many bulls were there? You never read this fable? Aesop's fables are full of wisdom. 3 bulls, or some say 4 bulls. Red, white, black, and let's say blue. The lion, he says to the bulls, hey, see the black bull says, I'm hungry. I want to eat him. Won't you help me out, corner him for me, help me out, and we'll eat him. I'll leave you guys alone. And they say, okay, no problem. They help him eat one. The next day, the lion is what? It's hungry again. So he has to get another one. And the last one is going to be devoured as well, because you helped the oppressor from the first day. So the Muslim is not to stand for batil. The Muslim is not to keep silent upon batil. The Muslim should do whatever he or she can. There's a condition. Whatever you can. Whatever you have the ability to do to fight oppression and to conquer evil. Jeremy? To do what? And to punish evil. There's no doubt about that. Whether it's against the Muslims, whether it's against the Jews or the Christians. Because justice is justice. Everybody understand this? And know for sure that people start going crazy, abusing their powers, maybe someone else, the Guyanese, they get shot. We don't like Guyanese people today. Guyanese people all look alike. They're all criminals and drug dealers and this and that. Start pulling over Guyanese people, shooting Guyanese people. It can happen. Don't think it's far-fetched. Read history. Everybody understand this? You allow oppressors to do things, it's going to fall back on you as well. So it's very sad, whether you talk about it from a religious aspect or even a worldly aspect. Even what? A worldly aspect. And Islam is not a religion made to dull your senses. It's not a religion to desensitize you from feeling things, as some fools think. Oh, that's what they get. That's what they deserve. I have no compassion for them. I don't care. These people are liars. They're liars to themselves. The human being has feelings. Everybody understand this? Allah is the one who decides who's an oppressor, who's the oppressed, what they deserve, it's not your place. And that doesn't mean that it's messed up. The kafir, that was messed up. What happened to them? Oppressive kuffar say that he got what he deserved. It doesn't mean that it's still not pain and agony for their family members, for their friends, and their neighbors, and the list goes on. So dhulm is prohibited in Islam against any man of any color. And justice has to be upheld and supported for any man and for any color. And the greatest justice is the justice of Islam. And the greatest oppression is the oppression of shirk and kufr. There's no doubt about that. But you, as a community member, you have an obligation to do as a community member, not as a Muslim, but as a community member. Islam, nah, that's your life. But don't forget you live on a block with Christians and Jews as well. So if someone comes and litters on your block, you have to stop them from littering and dumping trash. Not because of Islam, but for the what? For the block. Everybody understand this? You allow them to dump it on your porch, you can come dump it on your porch. Everybody lives together. As far as if the Muslims lived in a different country, that's a different story. but you are an American. You live in America. And if black people are being terrorized and picked out by these savage acts, then it may fall in another minority community. And the list goes on. And the opposite is the opposite. The people who stood up for their rights, who fought the oppressive people. Who were the people that established civil rights in America? Wasn't Chinese people, Hispanic people, wasn't people from Guyana. It's black people, whether you like it or not. Were they Muslims or not? Al-Muhim, they did what? Their lives no doubt. And it's very sad, and I'll conclude my speech with this. It's very sad. And I'm going to say this bluntly, no one take offense to this, but it's the haqq. And we don't believe in glazing the haqq. Malish. It's very sad when you go in certain masjids, you go to certain places, and you find people come from other countries. There's nothing against people from other countries. There's no racism, no prejudice, no bigotry. We're not talking about none of that crap. Nation of Islam, we're not talking about that. No. I'm making a point here. You go to certain places, and you see how prejudiced people are, how racist they are against anybody other than their own, especially black people. They look at black people a certain way, they feel a certain way, they get the EBGBs when a black person comes to the masjid. You can be a person of knowledge, and they still look down on you and disrespect you. You come to teach them, give them the khutbah for the Eid, and they still try to treat you a certain way just because you're black, just because of what your skin looks like, and the list goes on. And it gets even worse than that when they start talking about black people are horrible, they're disgusting, look how they live. They've been in America all these years, they have nothing, they don't establish nothing, they're poor, they're on drugs, they're on welfare. We have established, we bought, we own, we're doctors, we're educated, we're this and we're this and we're this and we're this. I tell you, if it wasn't for black people, whether you like it or not, Yaqi, you wouldn't be in this country. You wouldn't have a PhD. You wouldn't have your house on the hill. If it wasn't for the struggle and the agony and the suffering of black people getting beat with sticks, burnt, hung, lynched, raped, water hoses, vicious dogs. Those are the people that stood up for the rights of minorities, the weak, the meek. If it wasn't for black people in America, you wouldn't be walking down the street freely. No one would call you doctor, they would call you slave, servant. And if you don't believe that, then just read the books of history. These people who are oppressors, whatever color they are, they don't care about what you look like. If you're not from me, you're beneath me. I hold you in contempt. So the next time you want to talk about black people, or you want to say something bad about black people, be racist, just think about 50 years ago, or 60 years ago. Just think about the things that you enjoy as an American. Think about the things that you enjoy as an American, to have your own, to do this, to have equal rights. What would it be like if it wasn't for Dr. King, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, and the list goes on to these people, Frederick Douglass, and it has nothing to do with Islam. For no one to say, oh, you support the nation of, no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about reality. Where would you be if it wasn't for this nigger and what he did and how he sacrificed for people to have what? Equal rights. To drink from the same water fountain, let alone be a doctor and have a business. So that's just what food for thought. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala crush the oppressors, and support those who have been oppressed. May Allah allow Islam to spread and enter every single household and make it the uppermost in the land. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد وجزاكم الله خيرا.